Hi everyone, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today I am working on phase 2 of what I began last year. I ripped out the old bushes, put in new boxwood bushes and rocks for filling in that space until those get larger. I'm thinking of possibly putting some hostas in there, but this is a heavily traveled deer and wild turkey area, so they probably won't last that long. My hostas in pots on the porch have done okay, but when I had them down on the low step, they were getting nibbled on all the time. The deer and possibly rabbits are a little more deterred of going up onto the steps, so it's just slightly out of their reach. The thing that's really been bugging me is this old 1950s awning. It's original to the house. It used to have several of them on the front of the house before the windows were changed, and it was originally, we can look up there, it was green, forest green, and white pinstripes. Now, retro is very neat, but this house needs a little bit of a modern look. Now we have steel siding. I'd like to be able to get to painting the house this summer. At the least, I am going to work on the shutters, the front door, and the porch. So this project is focusing just on the porch awning. Now this scalloped edge really makes a dated look, and if you could just have a straight edge, it really changes it. Last summer I redid another porch at one of our other locations, and the scalloped edge was removable. I took that off, painted the awning black. It made such a difference in the appearance. Now in this awning, the scallops are not removable, but the sides are. So I'm contemplating taking those sides off because, for one reason, they block the light from the porch side lights. An alternative is having lights that face downwards, so I'm not prepared to do that just yet. So I came up with a solution because the sides are screwed in up at the top, and the other thing is there are side supports for the framework. So if I took that off, that's going to be exposed. Now painted, it would kind of blend in with the house, maybe in black more than white. And I don't think this inside part has ever been painted. Keeping it light colored helps. And if you've ever seen the Porch at Mackinac Island, the Grand Hotel, they have it kind of a sea blue color. It's to help repel insects. So the inside of this may be getting coated that color. I have a bird's nest and it's currently occupied. She's not here now and the eggs haven't hatched. So this is a good time to get to this. So you can see what I've done here with just a corded sawzall. You can use battery operated if you want. I'm drawing a straight line across the edge, and I'm taking the scallop off. An alternative is you could put a cedar or pressure treated board on the top, but this is also, there is an eaves trough above it. It does get a lot of rain runoff. So I didn't want to add a strip of wood there that's gonna kind of collect the snow and ice, because then that becomes more of a hazard for the steps. We may or may not be getting rid of these handrails. So we basically have two options to go here, and it is to cut it right here with the jigsaw at the scallop, which is really easy to do. It was easy for me to start here so that I could travel to my right, because this scalloped edge was in the way of starting. Another option is to drill a hole to start a spot for your blade and go across. You could use a sawzall. I like the jigsaw because it's really easy to follow a straight line. This is pretty soft steel or aluminum, I'm sorry, and you can use a metal bender. They make a hand squeeze type metal bender for these small jobs, and it will grab right a hold of that, and then you could twist it back. The trouble is a lot of times you get a pucker or a bend there. So I'm going to just go ahead and cut it, and then I will file it with a hand file. So what you can do is, using a level or just a straight edge, draw a line for you to cut. And you can see this is nice and mossy. It'll get a good wire brushing, layers of paint. Thinking of getting rid of the handrails. The mailman's the only one that uses the porch because we all use the side door. And frankly, I'd like a more modern looking handrail. So you get the idea. I'm just going to start in cutting. And in just a few minutes, it's cut off and I have a straight edge. I also took the opportunity on the mailbox. We had a Centennial Eagle on here. He's gone now. So a fortunate thing happened is I needed enough clearance for my Sawzall to get right through there. I had to take down the light fixtures, and I remembered many years ago, for very minimal cost, I picked up these coach lantern lights, and they can go up or down. So that's going to solve my problem. I think back when I got these, I wasn't doing any DIY stuff at all, and they've been sitting in the garage. Die cast aluminum, not cheap plastic. So this is going to work out great. Each lamp, $12.50. So they're going to go up as well. So I always say that things tend to look worse before they look better, but I think this is already looking better just with the lights taken off. I've got to get some new mounting hardware to be able to make this work and bring a ladder so I can get the top of that canopy. Working on a 5-gallon bucket has worked for me so far, but I'm going to need a tall ladder. So I will meet you back here later on or tomorrow, and we are going to start prepping and painting. stretch. Well, I think it's already looking better. I'm quitting for the night and I'm going to think about what to do about the handrails. Now, I wasn't too careful with my paint job because there is some concrete resurfacing that needs to be done, so keep that in mind if you are going to be doing any painting above yours. I prefer the oil-based paint for this type of job. The last time I painted it was probably 15 years ago, and I used latex exterior paint, and I just really like the adhesion and the durability, how it doesn't flake off, it doesn't, you know, like expand and contract with the weather. So again, gonna go home, think about these handrails, see about my resurfacing, and figure out what else I would like to do to spruce up this front entry. So one of the hardest things about this project so far has been having to look at these handrails. I really wanted to get rid of them. Our porch, stairs, building codes don't require us to have handrails because this is below 30 inches high. If you are above 30 inches high or have, it's 3 or 4 more steps, you don't have to have the handrail. However, how I had said before, there is an eaves trough, but the snow collects up on here separate and melts and becomes icy here. So it is good to have that handrail. So I realized with the mailbox being here, the mailman can walk through here and not necessarily go on the porch. I don't think that they're probably going to bypass that. You know, just thinking out loud here. The handrails just have been ugly to look at. I really wanted to remove them. Husband wanted to keep them. Painting them black, it just makes them disappear, and it's gonna go along with the rest of what I want to do later on in the future. The house is going to get painted at some point, and the shutters probably switch to black. I'm having trouble with color combinations. When they did the windows, they're all cased in white with cream colored shutters from the 90s. So since these casings for these side lights are cream colored and the door is white, I'd like to get them more uniform, and maybe it's going to be all black. I'm thinking about what to do. Now, an easy thing to do to update the look of this type of handrail if you wanted, these are screwed on, and there's years and layers of paint, you know, 1950 something to 2024, it's something like 70 years. But you could cut through this band that's holding it together, grind it or sawzall it off, and you could get rid of these sections here and there, and you could even get rid of the loop on the front. But I see a lot of new handrails are having that, so not a huge deal. You could even cut out this twisted wrought iron and just have your top and bottom rail. They even are making new aluminum spindles and such that you could manufacture a way to apply them. We just did a video on our front porch wooden handrail staircase, and it made me remember that I had to get back to this job because I kind of put it on hold while I've been working on other things. So the temperatures are starting to turn a little bit, and these are the jobs that need to get done because exterior paint likes to be 40-50 degrees above. I like to do it more at 50 than 40 because if you do it too cold, then you can start having chipping and peeling prematurely. You spending the money on the good paint, you want it to last. So I am just brushing this on. You could easily tape off your porch and use spray paint if you wanted, but I find spray paint does not last a very long time. We have in the past done our patio furniture, and it ends up being a biannual repainting project that it fades or it chips and peels. So this way I'm getting good one coat coverage. And boy, what a difference colors make. I've seen it in houses, you know, like curb appeal videos, in real estate in our neighborhood. Just adding a touch of black, getting rid of like the whites or the light colors. It just kind of mutes down some of the accessory pieces like this so that they're not so pronounced and overdone that maybe they once were. So those are some more options that you could do. I'm gonna leave them for now. Maybe in the spring we'll change our mind. Well, the porch handrails and the front door all got done today. I was real happy to go ahead and complete this project. Maybe we'll be hitting those shutters on a warm day this fall. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope this gives you motivation to give your front a facelift for some better curb appeal. Thanks for watching.